Night Live with Cat Carter. Get ready, set, let's go. Come on. It's Friday night. It's Friday night live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Yeah. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. It's Friday night live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Live. I am your host, Kat Carter. How is everybody doing this evening? OMG, we made it another week. Whew. Don't you just love it? Now we can just sit back and relax, listen to some dynamic music, hear some inspiring, encouraging conversation. If you are here tonight, OMG, you will not believe who I have on the show tonight. Oh my gosh, I am just so honored and excited. Simon Russell is in the hizzy, y'all. OMG. All right, so let me give you a little intro about the show and then I'm going to bring him on. All right. So, Friday Night Live is a positive platform where we come to inform, innovate, and inspire. And I surely hope that's what we've been doing for you since we've been on. I believe we have. All right. So you got your tea, you got your water, you got your soda. All right. You got your beverage of choice. All right. Simon Russell. He is a singer, pianist, composer, and lyricist. That's a quadruple threat. That's not a triple threat. Is that quadruple? Triple threat? Threat. Born in Hempstead, New York, and has been performing for the last 37 years with some of the world's best musicians, including Pete Escovedo, Sheila E., the James Brown Band, El DeBarge, and he also performed with Quincy Jones for Black History Month. Simon received most of his training under jazz masters Raphael's Grenache, bass player for Earl Father Hines, and Jim Grantham, retired professor at Berkeley in Boston and San Francisco State. As an educator for 17 years, yes, Simon has been the founder of 2 music schools and a nonprofit to raise awareness for music education for the underserved youth. He was the senior choir director at La Honda Camp in 2022, and he currently works as the choir manager at the Oakland Symphony. Please welcome to Friday Night Live, my new good friend, Simon Russell.
That was quite an introduction. Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. You're welcome. How are you doing this evening, Simon?
I am just thrilled. I am doing wonderful. Thrilled to be on your show. This is such an honor. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We are honored to have you here. We're going to take good care of you. You guys sit back and let's prick the mind of Simon Russell.
Oh boy.
All right. So let's get started. I am curious, who or what inspired you to start? I mean, you can do it all. Like, who was your main inspiration as a musician to get you started in that journey?
Well, you mentioned Raphael Grenache. I grew up with the Grenache family. He was a jazz master way before I was a thought, and an incredible musician. But I always had a knack for music, and so I was, I was playing around with instruments. My parents had a few friends who were traveling around the globe following the Grateful Dead. And they asked if we could watch their piano. They had it on a bus, and they said, it's getting banged up. Can you put it in, in your house for 6 months or so while and we'll get it later. Well, they happened to put it in my room, and that was it. And I fell in love with it, and I just started teaching myself and playing piano, and the rest is history.
So do you normally just play by ear, or do you do both, read notes and play by ear?
I'm a strong ear player. I do read, but I'm more on the level of ear. Yeah.
So I didn't tell you this when we were doing our sound checks. When I was a teenager, my parents sent me to learn how to play the piano. It was the
Oh,
pianist at
really?
our church. He did lessons. And so
Oh,
out of the sisters that went over there, I was the one that lasted the longest. And
there you
so
go.
I used my ear a lot. And
Yes.
then I kind of lost it a little bit, but I've been trying to get back into it. So yeah, piano. I mean, I have a lot of artists that come on the show that are saxophonists, but the piano is my absolute favorite instrument. There's something about the sound of those notes. It's just something about it. I love it. All right.
I'm in full agreement with you on that one.
Yes, 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 yes. So what do you enjoy most about being a musician or an artist? I don't know what to say because you're a singer, you're a pianist, you're a composer, you're a lyricist. I mean, you can do it all. So what is proper? Do I say musician or do I say artist? I think I say artist.
I think I'm all of the above. I mean, I'm an artist and a musician. I think yeah, I mean, I love the fact that there's just brand new arenas to play in, and I don't mean literally, but I mean in some cases literally. But you just have different things you can do. I can go one night I might be playing reggae, one night I might be playing jazz, but
Hmm.
just the the improvisational aspect of it is what I love. Is just
Wow.
and putting yourself through the music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, I read in your bio that you are the choir director for the Oakland Symphony. Oh my gosh, you have to tell us about this experience.
It's an amazing, humbling experience. The level of musicianship is just out of this world, and it's a different arena. I'm a jazz R&B player.
Hmm.
I got the opportunity through a friend and I ended up getting the job. And it's amazing working with the symphony and the choir.
Hmm.
And when we work very hard throughout the year to create these do these pieces that they put together. They call them scores, but we put them together, and I just manage all of the ongoing things that happen with the choir and make sure everyone's happy and make sure they have all of the scores.
Wow.
um, but just at the end result, when you're playing in these huge theaters and watching this musicianship happen, it's really, there's no words to explain it. It's just unreal.
Wow. Wow. Um, so how do you balance that? Like as far as the music, how do you balance your career with family life? How do you do that?
Well, it's funny you mention that. I'm going to introduce you to someone right now. Come on over here, sweetie. This is my road dog. One of my road dogs here. This is Juliana.
Hey, oh, hey, beautiful. Hi,
Hi.
Juliana. Welcome to Friday Night Live.
Yeah, so she is someone who comes into all my shows. She's on the road with me. So on the most part, she comes with me. And sometimes, every once in a while, I have to get a babysitter. But if I
Yeah.
can, I bring her along. And she's just an amazing kid. So I've been very fortunate. And my older kids who are in their 20s are also wonderful. They had the same experience. So that's how it is.
Yeah.
It's just they're part of it.
That is just really a wonderful thing when you can share what you do with your children. Like actually, they can actually come to work with you. What I do, my child. I mean, well, she's not a child anymore, but she couldn't come. I work with gross anatomy, cadavers, and stuff like that. I don't.
Ooh,
So
yeah, that's
yeah,
heavy.
so I
That's
couldn't
heavy.
bring her to work, but I mean, I
Mm-mm.
think that is a wonderful thing that she can actually come with you. She can listen to the different arts as far as music, and you can expose her to so many different genres. And I mean, I think that's just a wonderful thing because you just never know how that's going to be planted into her to decide what she might want to do later in life. You
You
just never
just never
know.
know. You just never
Yeah, so
know.
that's really wonderful. She's so pretty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I think somebody. Oh yes, look, they're putting on there. She's gorgeous. She's so beautiful. She's. Oh my gosh, you let her look at these. Let her look at the comments when you get off.
I
Okay.
will. I will.
All right. How do you have any hobbies or interests outside of music? I'm just curious about that one.
It's a good question. I don't.
Do you have time
Well,
for anything?
I like to be around nature. I like to hike, but you know, I really don't have a lot. I mean, it's basically family and literally family and music. And so that just takes up my time. That's
Hey, that's
basically it.
what's up. Family should be number one. That's for
Yeah, straight
sure.
up.
Do you guys get to travel a lot besides doing gigs? Like, do you guys get to like do like travel as a family
I
a little
do
bit?
every once in a while. I mostly most of my traveling is through music,
Okay.
but we do trips here and there, to see relatives. But yeah, most of it's I've done a lot of traveling in the last 2 years, just insane amount of traveling with the
Wow.
music.
Okay. All right. So we talked about in the intro that you founded or you started two music schools and a nonprofit. And so I wanted to really talk about that. Here it is right here, Clefology.
Claphology.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You got to tell us like is there like what is the vision or the mission for your school and what it has to offer and who can come and all that good
Oh,
stuff.
well, we have our goal is to basically get teachers into as many after school programs across the country as possible. Right now, we're starting in the Bay Area, and basically the counties and the money that they allot for the arts is paying for these services. So right now we're working with schools in Oakland and in Vallejo, and we're expanding south of here down into LA area, and we're just gonna basically I'm like a broker. I go down and I get the teachers and I get them into the schools, and we all work through this networking. It's just been a thrill. And you spoke of my I used to have a nonprofit called Notes
Nonprofit.
for
Yeah.
Change,
Hmm.
and I'm no longer working with them now, but they're still a great organization, and we would get free instruments for children who couldn't afford it. And there's nothing like that, being able to hand a child a guitar, just to see the tears well up in their eyes and see them you know, uh, work on the instrument and get proficient enough to start expressing themselves. It's amazing. It's
Oh, I'm
amazing.
sure. I can only imagine. So, what is the as far as the school? What is the age range?
All ages. We usually probably kindergarten up. When you get into preschool, it's a little hard for them to focus. But we probably like 5 years all the way up through 12th grade, and then we also offer lessons for adults, people who just want to have just want to do. And we do it. We have an online contingent as well as we will come and see you in person too.
Oh, that's awesome. So, viewers, the website for the school is on the screen as well as the phone number. So, if you all want more information, please reach out to Simon or go to the website to get more information about the school. I think that is amazing, especially when you're working with the children. Me, I feel that it takes a special kind of anointing to work with children, especially the small ones. I don't have that kind of, I just don't. Now, the older ones that I work with, I'm working with professional students. These are 18 up. I mean, they have their undergrad degree and they're in professional school, but the young ones and the um, teenagers,
Well,
uh,
yeah, it's great that you mentioned that. And if you think about it, the young ones are the ones we really need to get to. And
yeah,
I totally get you because I get burned out as well at times. But we need to start with the youth. If you, I don't know how a lot of the listeners probably went to school if they're in my age group. We didn't have a lot of our history. We didn't.
yeah,
We were taught. We were freed, but we weren't taught about the inventors and all of the pharaohs and all these incredible people. So it's kind of our job to go and deal with the youth so they can grow up with that, and I'm speaking this basically because we're in, I would speak this anytime, but we're in Black History Month and it's
yeah,
important.
yeah, yeah.
We need to teach our youth to be so proud of what we've accomplished. So I think in this, it's more than just music. We're teaching music history, which is really drenched in so much incredible wealth, and of knowledge. So I'm really, really proud to be able to do that.
That's good. I commend you for it. Like I said, it takes a special person, a patient person. It takes a special person to be able to handle somebody else's children. And yeah. So I really commend you on that. But you are absolutely right. That is when we really need to try to reach them. The younger, the better. I mean,
Yeah, Yes,
And
certainly.
like you said when you brought up this is Black History's Month, Black History Month. Another thing you brought up is it's like an extra program. When I grew up, there was after school programs, there was camp, there was we went to
Yeah,
my mom. We always went to summer camp, or we did something. At a lot of that stuff is gone.
it's
A
gone.
lot of that stuff has been discontinued, and so it's just refreshing to hear some of the wonderful things that you do with children. You know,
Thank
that's
you.
just great. Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. So with that, I have a video, and I want you to tell us a little bit about it before we do the song. It's Back to You. So tell us about that. How did you come with the name? Like, how did it? You know, tell us all about that.
Well, my history with relationships is pretty sordid. I mean, I've being a musician, you mentioned like how do you do the whole thing? Well, a lot of women have come and go, I would say, because I was dedicated to this art form. And so these songs are usually about that. They're usually, so the song Back to You is probably, I don't know exactly which lady it was, but it was about about a woman and uh, trying to get back to them, and I guess that was my life. It was just the way it
Okay.
was.
Okay. All right. I believe like when artists do songs about their experience, it makes it more real. It brings out a certain type of anointing, especially like when you have people in there are people that are dealing with the same things that you are. It just makes it more we can feel it as people that are listening. So I get it and I think that's awesome. So with that, let's check it out.
All right.
Back to you. Okay, here we go.
Days are long and the nights are cold. Traveling down this dusty road. Kick the can that holds my soul. When will I find my way back home? Find my way, find my way, find my way, find my way, baby. Back to you, back to you. Lost about every single cent I earned. Cut or tie, so many bridges I burned. Oh, family don't remember my name. I can't have you think I go insane. By my way, by my way, by my way, baby. Back to you, back to you.
Thank you, thank you.
OMG.
Yeah.
OMG. Wow.
I got to
Who?
mention the musicians on
Please
there
do.
are ridiculous. So we have Billy Johnson, who has played with Frankie Beverly for 4 years, Santana, and MC Hammer. So these are like, and then the bass player played for Pussycat Dolls, James Brown. These are all like veterans, and the guitar player,
Yeah,
one of
those
the
some heavy hitters.
local greats, Paul Brannon. Thank you for the
Wow.
love. I appreciate that. Though.
Wow. That beat was like, was it funky? Was it, I don't know. It was, it was like, my daughter, my daughter said her body didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do. She said she thought she was, oh my
Oh, that's
God.
great.
Wow. Oh, that was beautiful. That was Back to You. Well, what album is that off of, or what project? What's the name of that project?
It's called Groovality Live. Groovality was a group I had for about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on a new group. It's Simon and the Descendants of Soul. That's going to be a new group coming out soon. But yeah, this was a group I was with for a long time, and we still do gigs here and there. But we had a Groovality Live album, and that song's on there.
Where is your music available if somebody wanted to get it? Is it on all local is it on Spotify? Is it on
Yeah, you can
iTunes?
get it
Is
on
it on
Spotify. Yeah, all those platforms. Yeah, you just look up Groovality was the main group that it was under.
Okay. All right. So what has been the highlight of your career so far?
Well, there's been a few. One was playing for the James Brown band was
Oh wow.
in Toronto, playing for about 100,000 people, and that was played. I sang "Georgia on My Mind," and as soon as I hit Georgia, the crowd. That was the easily the best day of my life right there. And
Mm-hmm.
then playing behind El DeBarge uh, was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He's a consummate musician, incredible keyboardist and singer, and it's amazing. He's still doing it. And then of course Pete Escovedo. Those were probably the highlights of my career. And we performed for Quincy, as you mentioned, Quincy
Mm-hmm.
Jones, and those are like the highlights. But recently, last year, I played for the Davos Economic Forum, and we played for presidents and uh, over in Switzerland. It was unreal. That just happened last year. Um,
Wow.
it
Wow.
was incredible. I'm looking out there. There's Yo-Yo Ma. There's the Black Eyed Peas. Everyone's out in the audience. Um,
Okay.
just a great experience.
Okay. Whittington, who is an amazing songbird, Whittington Still, she had a question. Is there a website with your calendar, like of events or like what's going on? And so I think we discussed that, and you said they can reach out to you through Facebook.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's just under my name, Simon Russell. I think it's Simon Russell 2. It's like Simon Russell dot 2 is the get to my Facebook, my personal Facebook. I've been really horrible at about that, my scheduling. But I got to get a website out and get it ready.
okay. All right. Um, let's see. Who would you most like to collaborate with that you haven't with already? Because you've already collaborated with some greats already, but is
We're
there
very
anybody else you would
fortunate.
like to collaborate with that you haven't already?
Well, I hope she hears this one day. Bonnie
Let me
Raitt
hashtag
is
it.
Bonnie Raitt is one of my all-time favorites. I just think she's just a consummate musician, and she just, won. I think she just beat out Beyonce just recently on a Grammy. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, she's one of my favorites. Of course, Stevie Wonder, any of those greats. I'd love to collaborate with any of those guys. And Quincy,
Yeah.
I'm begging. I'd love to collab. I mean, you don't really collaborate with Quincy; he just writes it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to. I'd love to work with him on a deep level.
Wow. Okay. What is the biggest problem you've encountered in your musical journey that you'd like to share with us?
Well, as I think a lot of musicians probably feel that there's these really huge highs and incredible lows. You have like, you're touring and you're doing something, and then there's this big break of like 6 months or so,
Nothing.
and you got nothing. And
Oh,
you're
wow.
playing in these clubs where people don't want to listen, and it could be very hard on the psyche. After a while, you start to really, and then something great will come up and you're back in it again. So it's an interesting life. It's a lot of ups and downs. You have to believe in it. You have to just live and breathe it, and just know that the better days are coming. You're gonna have, it's just a dip in the road. But I would say that, and then of course, some of the places I played at, dealing with some of the racist people, or just belligerent people.
Hmm.
Um, I played. I can't believe I showed up this. I played a wedding. It was for some skinheads. My buddy who I was playing with didn't know that they were skinheads, and I got there and it was swastikas, and thank God the worst thing that happened is they just didn't clap for my songs. They only clapped for the other guy's songs. I
Oh,
got out of there
wow.
unscathed, but it was a really long night. Like, that's all I could say.
Oh,
But
I can
I've done. I
imagine.
mean, I've been all over, so I've dealt with all kinds of different things. But that was
Yeah.
probably one of the scariest.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I'm just going to be hopefully playing good music. I just want to continue to play and improve as a musician. So in 5 years, I hope that I'm still, of course, my business. I'm seeing it hopefully all over the globe, which would be great, all over the United States. That's one thing in 5 years I do see. But also just keep writing good quality music and hopefully moving people's souls.
Okay. What is Ray Bay? What is Bay Legends?
Bay Legends is Zena Escovedo is the daughter of and the sister of Sheila E. and the daughter of Pete Escovedo, and we befriended each other. She was paramount in getting me in, on his record and singing with him. But one day we decided to come up with a show based on musicians who kind of play behind, because we all know about the main musician. If you go over and you see Beyonce, you know who Beyonce
You know
is,
exactly who
but do
she is.
you
Yeah.
know who Victoria Theodore is, who played behind Beyonce?
Wow.
Do you know? And so we're all friends. We're all so I wanted to do a show that focused in on the people behind the scenes.
Hmm.
And it ended up, we did 20 episodes, and we also talked to some athletes as well. But it was really fascinating. We just got in a room, kind of like what we're doing right now,
Hmm.
and we started just asking them about their careers. And they're fascinating, unbelievably fascinating. You can watch them on YouTube. We still have them up there. But all these incredible people who played behind James Brown, everywhere. I mean, and so a lot of really deep conversations about the music industry, music, how, the ebbs and flows of it. So it's a great program. I'm hoping to pick it back up in the next year or so. We just got to get the budget.
I'm gonna check them replays out. It just sounds really, really interesting. Like I'm gonna come steal some of your interview questions and see how
Go
you.
ahead.
I mean, but it sounds like really, really, really interesting work that you were doing over there as far as broadcasting. And I mean, I bet you it's really informational. It's probably musical stuff that I probably don't even know about. So, and
I
I know
learned a
quite a
lot.
bit, but
I
I
learned a
mean,
lot. I learned a
wow.
lot.
So you can catch it
There,
on YouTube.
yeah, YouTube, Bay Legends. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a one in particular, a man named Mike Rinta, who shout out to Mike Rinta, incredible trombonist, and he's played with Sly and the Family Stone,
Oh,
and
wow.
and really, and he just talked deeply about his family. And at one point, he had been adopted, and he found, like, the year prior, had found his birth parents, and he just broke down right
Wow.
there on the, and just we were just it got really deep, and there was just like these moments that happened, and you couldn't script it. It just happened, and it was really loose, like this is, we just talked, but
Yeah.
the stuff that came out was amazing.
Hey, you know what, Simons? That's what really makes the shows when it's very transparent,
Exactly.
or like when you can just be real with your viewers. I learned that. I mean, just be transparent, just be yourself, and
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, it just makes it more. I don't know. It just makes it more encouraging, more. I don't know. I don't know what the word is, but you can tell the difference when it's transparent. Yeah.
There's another episode I got to mention. Lady
Yeah.
Bianca, who's a very famous blues singer around here, and this is something you probably never see. Her husband died the weekend before the show,
Oh my gosh.
and I told her she could cancel. I said, and she goes, "No, I want to do it." And I mean, there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Wow.
We could, she did the most heartfelt. I mean, I'm choking him now. It was like it's as raw and real as it gets.
Wow.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. So it just shows you just the tenacity, the beauty of these musicians. These guys are for real. They're for real. So yeah, I was very, very blown.
That's the word I was looking for. Authentic. Thank you, Mom and Whittington. All right. So this next song, I used to call it the I know song. I know that's not the name of the song, but when I grew up, that's all I knew. I know. So tell us a little bit about this song and your rendition of it.
Well, I was approached by Peter Michael Escovedo, who is the oldest son of Pete Escovedo, and they said that they had both sang it. Peter Michael sang it, and they just didn't like it, and then Pete Escovedo sang it. He didn't like it, so they knew me through circles. So they called and said, "We want you to do this. Can you be here this weekend?" And I went in there, and they said that was it, and they just loved it. And it was amazing because you'll hear, if you listen to the I knows, they changed it so it's a Latin style. So it's kind of like a clave. A clave is a certain rhythm. Bop, 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 bop. And if you listen to the way I'm saying I know, he made it like a clave. And it's brilliant work. And of course, we have Mike Rinta, who I just mentioned, did all the horn arrangements on this song. So it was just phenomenal work. And we ended up, I ended up being on his album. And then I ended up doing a music video about, it had to be 2 months ago. And it just came out. It's been about a month ago it came out, actually.
Oh, is this the first platform that this has
aired?
Just feel so honored. OMG. You seen it first on FNL, y'all. Okay. All right. Let me play it. All right. Here we go.
All right.
I think you're really gonna like this one.
You gotta be kidding.
I don't know about this place.
This is a dump.
No. It's beautiful. Just look.
No.
Just
I don't know what you
just
see.
watch.
I don't know. This is the realtor company you hired?
No, it's
Yeah.
It's
How long you been selling real estate? That's too late.
Man, this place is terrible. It's not gonna work.
back in the day, I heard this was a great real jazz club. They used to tear it up in here.
Looks like they should tear it down.
No.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Seriously, gentlemen, what do you think?
No,
What do
it's
I
terrible.
think?
I don't like
I
this.
think
It's
you
not
need to
good.
find another job.
I don't like this.
Wait,
Are you a
down the
real
street?
realtor?
Yeah, no,
Wait,
it's.
dude,
Come on.
It doesn't make
I've
any
been showing
sense.
you. I showed you the building down the street. I've only been doing this
I
about
don't like it.
maybe 2.5 weeks. No, this place is great. I've only been like that one. Wait.
Hold it. Back in the day, huh? Back in the day.
So yeah. Yeah. He don't need to
That's what I'm talking about. Fellas, great gig tonight.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. How many sets we end up playing anyway?
I think it was about 4 sets.
Wow.
4 sets. Man, no wonder I'm tired.
Hey, Pops, when are we going to get paid, man?
Yeah.
As soon as you stop playing them wrong notes.
Oh, man. I guess it's time to get paid.
Uh-huh. Oh, really? What you gonna do?
Oh, good. That's very
What, you gonna work it out?
Oh, yeah, we're working
All
out.
right.
Boom, boom.
Hey, Garrett, kick him off a little bass.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, wonder this time when she's gone. She's gonna stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away, I know, 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 I know. Hey, you gotta leave young thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. I know, 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 I know. Ain't gonna leave this something alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. When she's gone, gone.
We're taking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear what I heard?
I'm gonna sing his rendition from now on.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, that was good. That was good.
Thank you
That
so
was good.
much.
That was good right there.
You know what's really cool about that is that they were supposed to do, before Bill Withers passed away, Pete Escovedo was telling me that they were talking about doing a record together. And so obviously he passed away before they did. So that was an homage to Bill Withers.
Wow.
So I can't tell you how honored I was to be chosen for that. It's, Pete the family itself, Sheila E., the whole family they're legends. They're legendary across the world. But he's one of the godfathers of Latin jazz. So to be, brought in was amazing.
That was beautiful. The whole skit and everything. It was like, what's getting ready to happen? OMG. OMG. Y'all, did y'all enjoy that? I hope you all are sending, especially on Facebook. Y'all send some hearts, some likes. Encourage Simon to continue doing some excellent work. All right. If you could start all over again, what would you do differently
Um,
with your
I
musical
couldn't.
career?
I really couldn't do anything differently. I mean, everything, every turn and twist, up and down, created who I am today.
Wow.
I have to thank every bully. I have to thank everyone who encouraged me. It's all part of this journey. I wouldn't be who I am today without that.
Wow.
So, I wouldn't change a thing.
Wow. That was deep. Did you hear that? That was really deep. Even the enemies. Thank you for that
Gotta
too.
thank them. Thank them.
Yes. All right. Okay. So, what advice would you give some inspiring young artists or musician that would kind of want to do what you're doing?
So one of the most important things in music is integrity, staying true to yourself, but also, um, staying. There's obviously there's protocols in music. For instance, as a musician, you don't steal other people's gigs. Be patient. Those things will come around. There's this kind of a cutthroat kind of mentality when it comes to show business, but that's not going to give you longevity. The longevity is you come in and you create relationships and you're true and you have your integrity in place. And those people, when the time is right, will pull you into play, but they got to know that you're a person of quality. To get into a level of proficiency and get to a level of fame that these people are in, you have to protect your dynasty. And so if you're coming in and you have that energy like, hey, I want to take some of your juju, what I'm saying? They're going to just push you away. You're not going to get your opportunities. Perfect story. I was playing in a club and the bass player from Metallica came in and his name was Jason Newsted. And he said, hey, man, you sound great. He had his business card in his hand. And he goes, I was wondering if you wanted to come over and just jam. And I was young. I was like 20 something years old. So I was like, oh, and I can write. And I came at him and I was like, I'm going to. And he took his hand and put his pocket back. He's like, oh, it's good, man. And he walked off. And there was an opportunity that I squandered because I was being too overzealous. So the real deal is, staying true, just visualizing it, seeing it, and being it, and it will come. But it may take longer than you think. It's not going to happen quick. All these people you see are famous. They all put in their time.
That's good, and that's important. What you're saying, like I know people they see what you're doing, or they have no idea what it took to get there. They just want a quick. Let me do it. I'm going to be on the level that you are. No, it takes work. It takes sacrifice. It takes learning and like you say, make mistakes and learn. I mean, you just can't just jump into the game and then you're just right on it. It doesn't work like that.
It happens very often. It used to be, used to back in the day, you could walk into a record label and say, hey, listen to my stuff and get discovered. It doesn't happen anymore. It's a very, very rough industry and you got to love it,
Yeah.
But I truly believe that, you can get there if you believe it, but that integrity is really important. Stick to your game plan.
Yeah, that's good advice. Do you have any upcoming events or anything you want to share about? And do you have any shout outs you want to share or give a few shout outs out?
Well, I do want to shout out to all three of my children. Juliana, Russell, of course, who you just met, my son Sebastian Russell, and my beautiful daughter, Amanda Russell, who has my granddaughter, who is India.
You a papa?
I am a grandpapa, so very proud one.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm really excited, about them, their future, and everything that I do is to hopefully leave something for them.
Yes.
In the end of the day, leave them, that generational wealth and leave something for them. And so that's. But as for shout outs, people in the Bay, Mike Renta, Larry Batiste, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He's, one of the heads of the Grammys. Kenny Wilson, the father of Her. These are all guys in the Bay. We have an incredible amount of musicians in the Bay who, Prince would come all the way over to get us. We have a certain set of sound. So just all the musicians in the Bay, I love the artistry here. So proud to be part of this musical family, absolutely. As for shows, I am playing with a lady named Terry O'Dabi. You should look her up.
Okay.
Terry O'Dabi is an incredible blues artist, and we are about to go in April. I'll be going over to Curacao Island to play with her at a tour, and we will be all over the Bay tomorrow. I think we're out in Hillsburg for Black History Month, so we're doing a theater over there. But yeah, I got to get better at getting my dates out. I'm very bad at it.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. So I have one more video, but what I want to do is I want to play it at the end of the show because we're running out of time. This has just been so good. I didn't want to rush it. But you are I don't know if you have to go. You're welcome to hang out with us if you want. But before that, I just want to thank you so much, Simon, for giving up your time and coming to the show and telling us about your excellent, beautiful projects and things that you got going on, and telling us about the school and how it can be a blessing to some people, whether you're young or old, if you want to learn how to play a specific instrument to reach out to. Best wishes on all of that. And when time permits, I would love to have you come back and hang out with me again.
I'd be honored. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Russell. Woo!
Thank you so much. Blessings, everybody.
You can hang out with me if you want to. It's up to you, or if you gotta go. Okay. So all right. Did you enjoy that, Sherryl? Yes, I did too. All right. So Simon, it's Black History Month. So we gotta do Black History. So just hang tight and enjoy the show.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You all send them some hearts, some likes, and some loves. I want to say hi to the Twitch family. I just started. This is my second time doing a stream over at Twitch. So we have a few people over there. So definitely want to say hello to the Twitch family. All right. So here we go. Let's see. What do I want to do? Okay, Simon, I'm putting you backstage. Hold on. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, so we know that Black History, we do celebrate Black History here on FNL, so we want to bring out Sherryl. Sheryl's got some stuff to tell us all about.
I sure do. How you doing, Simon?
I'm doing wonderful.
You did amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Mama, can I get some music?
Oh yes, sure. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still messed up. Simon just got me all discombobulated with this. Let me find something. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, there you go.
All right. So I have found this new addiction with TikTok where I'm just scrolling for hours and hours for no reason. And I came across this ad. And I thought it was Mattel, but it's something by Mattel Creations. So it is, from what I can tell, a website that allows other creators to redesign or reinvent Mattel products and toys. And I came across this ad for an inspiring women's series of Black Barbies. And when we show you these pictures,
you ready for one?
The creators, they did the assignment. Show them, Mama.
Go ahead.
We got Maya Angelou, Ella Fitzgerald, Rosa Parks.
Thank you.
We got Ida B. Wells, Madam C.J. Walker, and Bessie Coleman. Our 6 queens. And I have a little history to share with you. So first up, I'm going to talk about Ida B. Wells. She was born July 16, 1862, and March 25, 1931, as an American investigative journalist, educator, and early leader in the civil rights movement. She was one of the founders of the National Association of the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP. Whoop! Wells dedicated her life to combating prejudice and violence, the fight for African American equality, especially for that of women, and became arguably the most famous Black woman in the United States of her time. Born into slavery in Holly Spring, Mississippi, Wells was freed by the Emancipation Proclamation during the American Civil War. And in the 1890s, she documented lynchings in the United States in articles through her pamphlets called Southern Horrors, Lynch Law in all its phases, and the Red Record, investigating frequent claims of whites that lynchings were reserved for Black criminals only. Wells exposed lynching as a barbaric practice of whites in the South used to intimidate and oppress African Americans who created economic and political competition and a subsequent threat of loss of power for the whites. At that time, the white press continued to paint the African Americans involved in the incident as villains and whites as innocent victims, while Wells' pamphlets set out to tell the truth behind the rising violence in the South against the African Americans. Next up, we have Lady Rosa Parks. Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks, February 4th, 1913, born and died October 24th, 2005. Ooh, she had a nice long life. Was an American activist in the civil rights movement, best known for her pivotal role in the Montgomery bus boycott. The United States Congress has honored her as the First Lady of Civil Rights and the mother of the freedom movement. Parks became an NAACP member in 1943, participating in several high-profile civil rights campaigns. On December 1st, 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, Parks rejected bus driver James F. Blake's order to vacate a row of 4 seats in the colored section in favor of a white passenger once the white section was filled. The federal Montgomery bus lawsuit, Browder versus Gale, resulted in a November 1956 decision that bus segregation is unconstitutional under the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Parks' act of defiance and the Montgomery bus boycott became important symbols of the movement. She became an international icon of resistance to racial segregation and organized and collaborated with civil rights leaders, including Edgar Nixon and Martin Luther King Jr. Miss Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh, you know what? Because we got like 5 minutes. We might have to stop on that one.
Okay.
That was good, though, Cheryl. That was good.
I got more information I can share another time then. These ladies are glorious. They did their thing. And once again, the creators that did these Barbies. Can we show them again, Mama? Show these Barbies again.
Yeah, show
One
them.
more time. Highlight these Barbies because they are beautiful, these dresses. And I wish we could have got pictures of some of the shoes because the shoes. Ooh.
I wouldn't mind a couple of these, to be honest.
I know. I've never been one to want Barbies, but these are gorgeous.
Yeah. Good marketing strategy, I tell you that.
So that is at Mattel Creations. You can find that if you Google that.
Simon, what you think? That's a good marketing strategy.
It's about time, man. My daughter, it's about time. We got to have more of that.
All right. So let's do our trivia right quick. And what's for grab? I do have another one of these famous African American history cards. And here is the question. Let's see. When did the first African American woman graduate from a nursing school in the United States? 1844, 1853, 1867, 1879. While they're trying to figure that out, Cheryl, why don't you give a couple of shout outs? See if they can get some winners.
Sure can. Let's see who we have here. First and foremost, we have our girl, Miss Whittington Steele, hopping on YouTube, starting off the night right. Happy Friday to you, girl. We also have Miss Karan, our mod over on Twitch, holding it down. Hey, girl. Thank you.
Hey.
Love to have you here. So good to see you. We also have Walter D. Williams, president of the NAACP Edwardsville chapter, in attendance here on YouTube as well, holding it down. Good to see you. We have Brother Esau Tosin on Facebook. Good evening to you. I'm glad you're here. We have Mrs. Gerald as well. Good to see you. Mwah. We have Miss Tina Wilson on Facebook as well. Good to see you. We also have Miss Donna O'Neill. Hey, girl. Happy Friday. We have my Gigi over here as well, hanging out with us. Good to see you. We have Jazzy K. Ward from, is it K Ward Radio?
Yep, K Ward Radio, hanging out with
Tuning in with
Simon.
us.
Yep.
Good to see you, brother. We have Miss Amy Worth. Good to see you. Happy Friday to you as well. We have Miss Sheila Bolins. Hey, girl. We have Mr. Brian Barzy on Twitch as well, hanging out with us. Good to see you. Welcome back. I think that's it.
Okay, so we want to see if you can find a winner. Here is.
I also want to say, hey, Auntie Ada. Good to see you. I didn't forget you. I promise. And hey, great grandma, if you're watching. And
Okay. All right. So we definitely want to thank Simon Russell for hanging out with us. Did you all enjoy Simon? Oh, MG. Yes. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And next Friday, my girlfriend is coming to the show. Whittington is coming back. Oh, I can't wait. Whittington Steele. So you all make sure that you all are here next week. All right, Sherryl. We're gonna put a message in because I want to get his last video out.
Okay.
All right. So sorry we're running a little bit over. Everybody's saying thank you, Simon. Thank you, and they really enjoyed the show.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Shirley.
Wonderful interview, Simon. Oh my gosh, yes. Great interview, Simon. Oh my gosh. All right. So this last song, Simon, is it's on my paper. Let me
I think it's Tears.
Banjo.
Oh, Banjo. Yeah.
Yeah. You want us to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a very appropriate song for Black History Month. I tried to write a song that imagined what it was like when they were really fully realized that they were free, the slaves. And so this song is called Banjo Cry for Me, because we couldn't cry for ourselves, you know?
Oh, wow.
So it's a heavy song, but I think people will like it. Listen to the lyrics.
All right. You all enjoy the video. Have a great week. Lord willing, I will see you next Friday. Shirley's going to put the winner in the comments. Thank you again, Simon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Blessings.
All right. Blessings.
Sat down by the river with a banjo on his knee. He was strumming songs of freedom till his fingers started to bleed. I ain't got nothing in my pocket but a soulful melody, yeah. Well, they sang with so much feeling all around. gonna start to cry again. Reminiscing years of bad luck. So many of us loved ones died, you know. Can I tell you all my story as a tear well in his eye? Oh. My strength off the backs of warriors. Lift my voice, y'all, in the silence. I'm gonna climb the highest of mountains, cast my soul on the rocks below. All the children, all the mothers, all the fathers who pave my way. Ooh, 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 ooh. Bench, won't you cry for me? Ooh, ooh, won't you cry for me? Angie, won't you cry for me? 'Cause I can't cry for myself